It's time to hear the story, make the connection, learn the lesson, and gain the wisdom. Are you ready? Let's get charged and be changed. The Sister Speak Brother Break Show. Conversations on grace, healing, and deliverance. This is Marcy Bush. Come on, let's journey together. Hello, hello, and thank you for joining us for the Sister Speak Brother Break Show. Today we have a group of ladies here from our Sister Speak team that we're going to be talking to. And I just want to give you a little bit of background about our team and how Sister Speak was formed. One day in my bathroom, which is one of the places I love to spend time with God, I heard this word Sister Speak, and I had absolutely positively no idea what it was, but it just stuck in my spirit. And over time, I started hearing names, and these were names of people that I knew, but I didn't know them well. Some of them I didn't know their last names. Some were very close friends. Others I didn't know well at all. But by the end, it ended up being 20 names. And I just kind of let it sit there because I didn't know what I was supposed to do with it. And over time, God told me that I was supposed to bring these ladies together for a healing retreat. And this was a retreat about emotional healing. And so you can imagine it was a task trying to get 20 ladies to give me their schedules to let me know when they were free. And so there was a lot of texting back and forth, asking for dates, and I just did not know. I didn't know if I was supposed to, if we were going to rent rent hotel rooms. I'm like, how am I going to ask these ladies to spend their money to, I didn't know what to do, but the Lord told me to get a house for us to, we were going to rent a house, come together. I had to provide the food, and I was saying, God, you do know I'm a teacher, right? And a house for 20 ladies, and I have to provide the food. And I remember talking to a friend one day, and I was like, I don't know how in the world I'm going to do this. I feel like I'm supposed to do blah, blah, blah. Girl said, she was like, stop. You said God told you to do it, then he's going to make a way. And I was like, okay, you're right. And so we all came together, and they're going to let you know what that was about. It was a bit much. No, it was good. But after that, some other things happened, but I'm going to take a moment, let them introduce themselves to you, and then we'll continue the conversation. So we'll start with you.
I'm Regina. I'm Sarah.
I'm Cricket.
I'm Rashika.
I'm Felicia.
I'm Takesha.
I'm Nikki.
And I'm Marcy. So, ladies, tell me, what were you all thinking when you were first invited to come to the retreat? Anybody?
Well, I personally was thinking, like, what is this Marcy got going on? She texted me this, like, who gonna be there? That was my number one thing, who is gonna be there? Because I do not click normally with a lot of females. Like, I try to stay away from those group of people because most of the time it ends up being like drama and stuff like that. So yeah, I was a little bit nervous.
And I'm glad you said it, because one of the things that the Lord told me to do, I could not tell anybody who else was coming. So nobody knew the list of ladies. And it so happened that the same weekend that we had it, there was a revival going on at our church, and most of the ladies went to our church. So everybody had, and then we were gonna, I don't know, no, the first time, I don't think, did we carpool the first time?
We did.
Yes.
Okay, so we tried to carpool the first time, but there were some people who were renegades and didn't want to be with everybody. They were still unsure. So it was funny after service seeing people going to get their luggage and meet back at the piano so that we could carpool. And other people were like, oh, they got luggage. You going? And so, yeah, that's how it went. So tell me, the rest of you, what were you thinking? What were you feeling?
Well, I'm kind of a loner.
So I was like, I don't really want to be with a lot of people. I live alone on purpose. But Sister Bush, Auntie Mercy, who I trust, has said that I should come. It's going to be an experience to grow. So I was like hesitant, but I said, okay, we'll give it a try. So that was my impression.
Okay.
Well, I was one of the renegades that she speaks of who had completely not made up her mind to go till after the revival that night. And I had to rush home and get clothes. I was not prepared at all to come.
She made it around midnight that night.
I was like, I'm not interested in going to sit around a group of ladies and tell my business and cry. It was a whole no for me. So I'm definitely glad the Lord had to talk to me back of it.
Yes.
Well, for me, I know we were supposed to set aside the entire weekend for that, but I was weary because I didn't know what was going on. I was like, why Marcy got us coming up here? And I had to work, so I didn't even bother to take off Saturday. I said I'd go Friday, stay the night, and then I'd get up, go to work, and then I go back. But that was because I didn't know or understand the whole concept of what was going on. Had I known what I knew when I left, I would have made sure that my whole weekend was just strictly for that. But I'm glad I did come.
And it was funny because I did ask everybody to try to take off that weekend. I'm trying to remember. I told them, because this was what the Lord said, like that He was bringing us together for healing, and that it was to prepare them for this next place that He wanted to take them. So yeah, but everybody like, I don't know, that's God of mercy. Like,
I think at some point I was like, I called Marcy. I said, Marcy, is this church? What is it? And she was like, why did you ask me is it church? I was like, I don't know. Okay. You know, in my heart, I knew I wanted to be here, but I was just like, hey, you know, are we going to church, or are we going just to hang out with some ladies, or, you know, what is it? But it was the best thing that could ever happen.
Well, for me, I got mad because whenever I get nervous, I get mad. So I'm kind of a loner like Chica, and so I was like, "Oh Lord, what is Marcy doing?" And she was like, "Well, Cricket, you have to trust me." And I was like, "Okay, whatever."
right. And what about you, Regina?
I was nervous. I was fearful because I normally kept people at arm's distance. Just because of, I'm not supposed to cry, it's hurt.
And I can't believe I forgot to bring the tissue.
Previous church hurt. So I wanted to obey God though, and I trust Marcy's ear. So I did participate. I didn't meet at the piano. I took off in my van, headed to the house, and then Marcy had called me back. But it was a good experience, and I'm glad. I opened my heart.
Amen. And now, what they don't know is, well, they probably know now, but for me, this was crazy for me because, I don't want to cry either. I don't know. I have been saying, I need to make sure I got tissue in there. But because rejection was one of the,
Okay, this is my last one.
because rejection was one of those root spirits in my life, I did not want to be asking all these people to do anything. I didn't want, I'm like, and I know, we know theoretically that when God tells you to do something and someone rejects it, we know, well, they're rejecting God. They're not rejecting you. That ain't what it feel like. And so I did not know. I did not know. Like I said, some of the ladies are near and dear to me, and others I did not know so well. And so I was so nervous. I was afraid. I didn't know God gave me piece by piece. I mean, like, down to the last time I went to the store, he was telling me what to do. He gave me topics to discuss over the weekend. And I was just going to be like a discussion starter. But then he gave us activities to do. And every single thing the Lord gave it. It's not like, it'll be good if we know. He told me what we were to do. And so he knows his daughter. So it was like, he did not tell me everything at one time. It was on a need to know basis. And so I was as uncertain as they were coming in, because I really didn't know what he was up to either. But I had to trust God, and I had to pray that they would trust me. So once you all made it to the retreat, did it get any better in the beginning? How was it in the beginning? Before we got into what we do. Oh, and then, so let me say this before y'all answer. So there's also a thing that God has given us. What's said in Sister Speak stays in Sister Speak. So it's like you have to really, and I kept saying that, you know, what's said at Sister Speak stays at Sister Speak. And again, these are women who didn't know everybody, but we had to leave everything here. So did y'all feel okay in talking? Because we fellowshipped first. Mm-hmm. So tell about it.
I think it was really different because all of us were such different women. None of us was like, oh, I have a good connection with her. Everybody was different. It was just like you in a room with a whole bunch of like, oh goodness, mm-hmm. I really don't know these women. You know, they different personalities, everything. And just for us to get the opportunity to come along and sit down and be like, oh, I wouldn't have got a chance to know Regina. Mm-hmm. It opened a lot of areas in my life that would, like Regina said, that would kind of help me reach out my hand instead of being withdrawn from people.
Mm-hmm. And once we moved into, for me, once we moved into the piece where you start talking about, it was your love walk.
Yes.
We had an opportunity to not only share our experience, but find out that there were so many women in the room who had similar experiences, and then we were able to cry, release, support each other, and give encouraging words. That helped me and shifted me for that weekend. And I was like, okay, God, that was a good experience, and I was glad I had that opportunity, because I had some things that I wanted to release. But you know, sometimes you can't talk to everybody. Everybody's not where you are and may not understand. So we had all things in common.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's one of the things that the Lord said too, was that He wanted us to see, because with Sister Speak, whether it's the team or when we have the retreats, because we ended up having more retreats, there are no titles, whether it is from a church-based title or a worldly-based title. So we've had people at the retreats that were doctors, we've had dentists, we've had dentist kind of doctors, we've had pastors, evangelists, prophets, we've had whatever, first ladies. Nobody has a title. Everybody's first name basis, because we're coming together as women. We're not coming together with the title. We're putting the title to the side so that the person can be healed. And so that was one of those things that night too. Everybody, God was trying to show us that we really have more in common. We're really more alike than we are different. So, once that retreat was over, well, during that retreat, again in the bathroom, that Sunday morning, the Lord showed me a calendar like in my spirit, and I saw these dates blocked off. and I saw the month, and I was like, because that was June of 2018, and then I saw September 2018. I was like, God, that's 3 months. You forgot again that I'm a teacher? Like, how am I gonna do this again in 3 months? So I had no idea, but I was like, okay, whatever. Then it was probably 2 weeks later, a week or two later, he started highlighting names on the initial list of 20. And he started highlighting names and telling me to contact those women and to get them to come together because we were going to form the Sister Speak team, and that they would be the ones to go through these retreats with me. And so then I had to contact them again, text again and say, I really believe that this is what we're supposed to do, and that we're supposed to meet every 2 weeks for God to continue the healing in us so that we can then help heal his people. And so what were y'all thinking when y'all got that next text? Oh, and let me say this. I will be honest. Y'all, God put this team together. I would not have chosen this team. Not because I think I'm all that. I just, if to the natural eye, we are probably like, yeah, the hodgepodge. Like who? You say like who? Takesha.
The oddest group.
Oh, yeah. We are. Because everybody is so different. But now we know that's what makes it beautiful. I would not have chosen this team. I would not have. I did not know them like that. And even the ones I knew like that, I wouldn't have been like, yeah, this is their thing. And we are missing 3 ladies today. Brandy, Ann, and Kayla. So there are 3 of our ladies that aren't here today. But yeah, I would not have. And I was like, God, you sure? And I remember even there were a couple of people that I was really, really uncertain about. And I called my pastor and I was telling him, what I felt. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if they're ready. Bishop, should I ask them? I don't know if they're ready. He said, well, ask them if they don't come, they ain't ready. Okay. So, yeah, he always makes it so simple. And so, yeah, they came. And it's just been beautiful. So, yeah, tell me, when you got the next text, what was your thing?
I did that already. So I was thinking, like I did SisterSpeak already. What you talking about? We were there. We were spiritually engaged. It was a great weekend. What you talking about? I did SisterSpeak already. What you talking about? And so then she described what it was, and I was like, well, like I already do stuff. Like I'm on the intercessor team at church. Like, there's something else you want me to do? But then I was like, again, because I trusted you, I was like, well, okay then, we'll give it a shot.
Okay. Anybody else?
I was like, why she want me? What?
You got the wrong phone call.
Like, I ain't never first pick, you know what I'm saying?
But when we came together, it was beautiful. And every single time we come together, without fail, God meets us. Every single time. Even in the seasons where sometimes we have just shown up out of duty. Because, okay, it's that time. But once we're in there, God manifests, and then we end up repenting. God, I'm sorry, I didn't come expecting, but he is so faithful to do just what he said. So did you all have any fears, especially once we started coming together on a regular basis, like every 2 weeks? Were you experiencing any frustration, hesitation, like what?
I was, because I engage with people, and this is a prayer point. So like, if y'all pray out there, pray. So this is a point. Like I engage for purposes because I have a responsible personality. I engage, I do what's supposed to do, and then I disengage. So it became uncomfortable for me because I was like, this is a constant engagement. Like, so I really have to invest in this, and I was like, this is a little unsettling. but that was my thought. That was my process. So it's become more comfortable. Initially, it was like, I thought I was gonna plug in, plug out, plug in, plug out, but that's not what this is.
Right. And Sheikah, and to this day, I don't know exactly why, but Sheikah missed how many of the first retreats?
Oh,
The first 2 or 3. Sheikah is in a whole lot of civic groups and all of that, but I think some of those times Sheikah was at her house because she just because Sheikah just was. I was like, where is Sheikah? Where is Sheikah? And then something kicked in, and she has not missed it. She is always right there, hands on deck, all the time. And so, but in the beginning, I remember I was like, why Sheikah don't want to come to the retreats? If she could come into the retreat, why she don't want to come? But yeah, now she hasn't missed any. And then Nikki wasn't in that first group. I don't know. God just started making room for more people. And so there are 2 who weren't in the original group that received the text that God later said to add in. And so the team has grown some. They're in the original 20, but not in the original 10 that were pulled out.
You know, and I think because Nikki and I are sisters, and so I believe that God ordains everything, and I believe that even though we started in the beginning, I believe that God had to orchestrate me being by myself first, because it was some things, some hurts, some pains that I needed to just be able to release by myself, not have to have my sister here. And I believe that God gave me that opportunity. And then once I was found rooted and comfortable enough, then He allowed her to come in where she needed to come in, and I could be able to undergird her without hurt or things that I had within myself that she didn't even know about. You know, so I God does everything in great timing, and I think for me that was something I needed. I needed some place, some people that I can cry out and say I was angry about things and not worry about hurting my sister's feelings or different things. And God gave me that opportunity. And then once I was healed of that emotional stuff, He brought her in to where we all needed to be. So I just thank God for that.
That's good. That's good.
Yep. What do our meetings look like?
Crying, praise, worship, laughing,
Playing.
Yes. Everything. It is. It is. And thank you for saying that. Yeah. Because the whole thing behind the Sister Speak retreat, a safe place to heal. That's what the retreats are. And that's what it says. The Sister Speak retreat, a safe place to heal. And so even everybody can just be themselves. And we are all so different. You know, some dorky, some straightforward, some more serious, but everybody laughs, everybody enjoys, everybody accepts each other for who they are and at what stage they're in. And everybody has wisdom to give. And I think that's the thing. We don't have respect of persons or anything. Like, we are able to receive from anybody in this group because we know that they are saying what they're hearing from God. And that's the thing too. Everybody hears. They may hear in their own way. They may communicate in their own way, but everybody hears. So, let's see. What has Sister Speak added to your life? What has it done for you?
It has added sisters. Because for me, it's without crying, I think. So I'm gonna tell you. So today I was taking myself out to the car, and Fee was taking her things out as well. And I asked her, did she need me to get it? And she was like, no, I got it. But then it dawned on me, why should she have to get it? She could get it, of course, but why should she have to? Because she has a sister. Like, I'm her sister. She shouldn't have to do it by herself.
Yes.
And so for me, I've been through some huge things, and I didn't have to do it by myself. So just sisters.
Yes.
Get you some. All right.
Anybody else? What has it done for you?
Like I said, biologically, I don't have any sisters. So,
But Nikki is your sister-in-law.
she's my sister-in-law. And so to come together and have these ladies that really got your back. I mean, when I say really have your back, not just say, oh, Felicia, and then talk about you when they leave, but really praying for you and sincerely pouring their hearts out to you. It has changed my life. It really has. And I am so grateful because, watching TV alone, and you watch the Atlanta Housewives and you see we as black women bicker back and forth and go behind each other, and to know that we have a strong background enough to know that we're rooted and grounded in God, that we don't have to act that way, and that we can promote each other and lift each other. All of us have different businesses and different career things that we go after, and we support each other, and that is great.
Right. Well, I thought, y'all, hold on, because I thought we were going to be able to do this in one episode. I don't know what I was thinking. We're going to end up going over into another episode because I think there's still so much more that should be said. And I don't want to slight it because I really believe that there is a reason that God has brought us together and brought us together on this show. This show, everything was birthed from Sister Speak. And I believe that there are some things that God is wanting to deposit in some women that are watching, and so that their lives and the lives of those around them can be changed. So hang around. We're going to, join us back next week because we're going to pick up where we're leaving off right now and just kind of continue the conversation in hopes that you all will continue to be blessed. So we'll see you next week. Thanks so much for joining us today. If you've been blessed by today's show, feel free to let us know. And if you'd like to sow into this ministry, become a sponsor, or contact us, you can reach us at 803-221-0169. Or you can email us at thessbbshow@gmail.com. Let's continue this journey together.
To take me in, because I tell them I understand the things you've been through and how you feel about being abandoned and being rejected, and not understanding why you have living parents but they won't take care of you. And so I understand that feeling of abandonment, and so I often share that with the kids. So, and I know that that's something I also bring to Sister Speak, is knowing what it feels like as a child to be alone and knowing what that pain can do to you in your adult life.